Hello lifestylers, and welcome back to Lifestyle with Latasha. I am Latasha and you are now a part of my 12 days of Christmas. So in this video, which is going to be session number 9 of our 12 days of Christmas, I am going to be prepping the items that I'm going to be utilizing on my front porch entryway area. That includes the front porch. It's going to include a little bit of the landscaping that I'm going to incorporate items for. So I'm going to now start out by fluffing out a swag. As you see here behind me, I'm not going to have a swag on the inside of the door, but I have decided that I'm going to utilize a knob that's on the door, and I'm going to fluff it, and then I'm going to put some ornaments and things like that on it to get it ready for outside. And then I also have 2 wreaths that I'm going to do as well. So join me as I get started, and let's go. Of course, if you've been here through all the other sessions, I hope that you've enjoyed them so far, and I hope that you will hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel if this is something of interest and that you may have gotten some inspiration from. I would hope that you would also share it with all of your family and friends to give them inspiration and a little bit of motivation too, as we're coming closely upon the Christmas day. With that being said, please leave your comments down below and let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I'm going to take this swag. I'm actually going to be having 2 of them. So it's going to be 2 swags and 2 wreaths. These swags I actually got, oh gosh, maybe 5-6 years ago from Wayfair. And I'm going to be honest, I think that was probably one of my first purchases from Wayfair. These have held up so beautifully over time. What I love about them is that they actually have a mixture of different types of stems in them, and so it kind of gives you this realistic look, and I really love it. I'll let you see it a little bit up close later on, that you can see that it has that mixture of all those stems in there. And what's good about that is that when you're starting to put things on them, it allows you to be able to get them on there securely, because you've not got just one thick stem or you don't have all skinny ones. So it's a good mixture. So here's a close-up of the swag, and as you can see, I want to say there's probably maybe 3 to 4 different types of stems in there for you to be able to utilize. It has some that are really lush, which I love, and the great thing about the stems that are a part of this swag is that they are all really long, and so it allows for it just to be a really nice signature piece when you're putting it in a part of your decor. Okay, so here we are. The first thing that I'm going to show you is some lights that I got from Amazon. I love these strands of lights. I don't know about you, but if you've ever tried to put something on your front porch and you wanted to light it, you try the battery ones and they get all wet and they explode and they don't work. So these are some that I found on Amazon that are a very thin wire, and I hope that you can see that. I tried to get in a little bit close, but it has an awesome thin wire, but it is a plug-in. And the great thing about this strand is that this strand, I want to say, is 66 feet long. Now, it's going to be much longer than what I need, but when I've done that and realized that it was more than I needed, I would leave it on the roll that it comes on, just to keep them secure, so I wouldn't be dealing with all that extra strand. But when I tell you, it is amazing to allow me to kind of get things done that I don't have to worry about. I can plug them as lights into the timer, and it just all turns on at 1. And that's what life is about for me. I love the simplicity. So this is the lights on here, and you can see they're really fine lights. It also has 8 settings, and so you can adjust the lights, and they just really are really pretty. The next thing is I'm going to add in some gold sequin ribbon. This ribbon, I want to say I got it from Amazon. I would have to double check, and if that's the case, I'll link it down below. But it was one of the purchases that I got last year that came in like a pack of 8. And this ribbon is actually really hard, and that's the reason that I chose it to go outside. It's not like the normal ribbon that's really soft. This one is really kind of hard, so it will be perfect to go on these swags and the wreaths that I'm going to put outside. So I think it's going to be perfect. Now I'm going to make a little dovetail cut on the bottom. And then I'm going to start adding in the ornaments and picks. So if you've been here before and you've seen some of the other videos that I've done, you've seen me do a mixture of ornaments. Well, guys, I can honestly tell you, I am down to the last of the ornaments. And so I chose to go with just simple black clusters on these 4 pieces that I'm going to be putting on the front door, just to keep it simple. I don't have any more gold, any more silver. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just make it work. So here you're now seeing me do the other swag, and I'm going to do it the exact same way except the opposite direction because they're going to be on 2 different doors. And then I have 2 wreaths that they're very similar in a sense of the fact that they have pine cones on them both, but one of them actually has red berries. And I'm going to be honest, it had so many berries that I was like, I am not about to try to cut all these off. So I'm going to finish out the swag doing it the same way that I did the first one. And then I'm going to transition over to the wreath, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. And so once again, this is our first Christmas setting this house up the way that we really wanted it to. And so I'm really excited that I'm getting to do some different things that I had not done before. So here you're going to see me decorate these items, and I can't wait for you to see the front porch reveal. So here, if you notice, I'm looking back and forth. The reason I'm looking back and forth is to gauge the other swag, just to make sure that I'm putting things very similar in place, because I want them to, if not be identical, to be very close. And so I will be trying to put things in place, and I want to apologize for the lights because I've sped up the video, and the video actually makes the light seems like they're flashing a lot faster. Trust me, if I had them going this fast, I would probably be losing my mind. So here I'm showing you some of the picks that I'm going to be putting in there. I don't think I got a chance to show you on the first swag, so I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm going to be putting into the swags and the wreaths on this one. And some of these things are the exact same picks that I have used throughout the entire house. And that was a pack of, I think, 75 picks that I got from Amazon. And that thing has taken me to be able to do, oh my gosh, almost everything in the house. So that was a definite good purchase, and it wasn't that expensive. So I will actually have that link down below as well. All right, the final thing that I'm going to add on is a pack of bows that I got from Amazon. And this was a set of 4 that were black and gold, and I thought they would be perfect accents to add on to these 4 pieces. I love the fact that it was 4 of them, so it had the perfect amount that I needed. I will link that down below as well. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was a little disappointed because when it arrived, it was supposed to have these little red berries on there with some little pine cones, and unfortunately they were not constructed that well. The pine cones were literally falling off, and I had to readjust almost every one of them. So I was a little disappointed in that, and I will be leaving a review for sure. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the wreath, and then once again, I'm using the same ribbon. Unfortunately, I did not realize, which you may not even notice, so I probably shouldn't say anything, but I didn't realize that that ribbon that I started doing the wreaths with was actually a slightly different gold. It was a little bit darker, but it's okay. I'm not going to stress about it because most of the time when the lights are on and when it's at night, you won't even be able to tell the difference. So I'm not going to be too pressed about it. So now I'm going to do the same thing, cut the dovetails on the end of these. I've just taken the ribbon and taken it around. And then I'm going to bring in that exact same bow. Like I said, I got 4 of them for all 4 pieces. And what I really loved about the bows that I got from Amazon is that they had bells on them. And I thought that was just a pretty accent. And it'll be on my door. So when the door opens, you'll hear a little jingle as you enter into my home. I thought that was so cute. So now I'm going to add in a cluster of balls. So you saw me do it on the swag. Now I'm going to do it on the wreaths, but I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to lay it in the bottom of the wreath as if they're being cradled. And so I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. I want it to have a really, really pretty impact when people come to the door. And so this is what I decided to go with. And I think it looks pretty good. So now I'm going to take these down and I'm going to move them over a little bit so you can get a view of all 4 completed. And I'm just really grateful for these knobs on my door because it really allowed me to be able to get out here in my foyer and work. And I must admit, it is probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. So your girl is really tired. However, I knew I had to get this done. And here is the reveal of what they turned out like. Now, for you professionals out there, I hope you're not too hard on me. This is not a professional rendition of what swag should look like. This is just something that I decided to do for my front door. I would have gone ahead and done the video to complete this, but guess what? It's raining. And it's supposed to be raining for the next 2 days. So I'm going to break this video up because I do have another wreath that I'm going to be doing that's on the inside. And then I have some accessories that I'm going to be doing out in the front yard. But here's my twilight view of what it would look like at night with just the lights on. I hope you like it. If you do, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share it with a friend. Take care. Until the next one. See you later. Bye.